it wasn't until 2009 that until 2009, no NFL players stood for the national anthem because players actually stayed in the locker room as the anthem played. The players were moved to the field during the national anthem because it was seen as a marketing strategy to make the athletes look more patriotic. The United States Department of Defense paid the National Football League $5.4 million.
I've been talking about
$5.4 million between 2011 and 2014, and the National Guard $6.7 million between 2013 and 2015 to stage on-field patriotic ceremonies as part of military recruitment budget line items.
And that's why.
Listen, institutional racism exists in this country. African-American community is not delusional about this. What is happening in Charlotte is not just about Charlotte. It's about Tulsa. It's about Cleveland. It's about Baltimore. It's about Ferguson. It is about the fact that racism exists in the DNA of America, and the only way that we're going to deal with it is to confess our sins. It didn't start with police, and it doesn't end with police. It is the entire system. And as an African-American mother of an African-American son who is a law enforcement officer, who has been racially profiled throughout his life, who does wear a badge and a gun, who I do worry about on both ends, let me just tell you this. We have to deal with these issues in a very real way, and the African-American community is sick and tired of the same sad song being played over and over and over and over again. And just like novelist James Baldwin and activist James Baldwin said, he said to be black in America, to be relatively conscious, is to be in a rage all the time.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in today. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about Colin Kaepernick. For those of you who don't know who he is, he basically plays for the 49ers as a quarterback. And just a little bit about his upbringing. He was adopted and he's raised by two white parents, and his biological mom is white. I'm not for sure what his dad looks like or if he's, you know, what his nationality is, but he obviously has a little bit of black in him. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys that before I jumped into the story. I really feel like that Kaepernick is raising a lot of awareness to the situation that's going on in this country, and the fact that he decides to sit during the national anthem, to me, is nothing short of amazing, and I applaud him and I stand with him. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, there are a lot of celebrities and famous people and, you know, people who are, you know, just basically they have a big fan base. And I feel like with all of this injustice going on, I was kind of disappointed that more people weren't standing up and doing something about it, like actually making a statement. Sure, like everybody, certain teams went on the field and wore like I Can't Breathe shirts, and different people did different things at the BET Awards and, you know, put the names of all of the victims and stuff. That is great, and it's good that people are bringing attention to it. It's just not enough. So the fact that he's doing something that is, you know, not just a once in a lifetime thing, he's doing this and it's just like every single game that they have, and there's the national anthem being played, he refuses to stand. And I just love that. Like, it makes me so proud. I'm just happy that somebody is actually, you know, in the position to bring awareness, and they are, because some people probably can't speak out for whatever reasons, but he chooses to. And I think that that is nothing short of courage and being a brave individual, because he's receiving a lot of hate messages. People are tweeting him death threats, like, oh, you little black nigger, this and da 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 da, like saying the most disgusting, outrageous things. And we all know that racism hasn't gone anywhere. It's always been here. But nowadays, you're actually seeing people for who they really are and for what they really stand for. And I just can't believe how people are saying he's spitting on our flag, and he is basically disrespecting our troops who fought for this country and all of that. And the police officers, first of all, he didn't say anything about the military or anything like that, and about how he just despises them and stuff like that. He's talking about injustice in the streets and how there's constantly dead bodies on the streets and there's nothing being happened here. Like, he clearly said that we are being under attack, which if you follow my channel for a while, you know I do bring up discussions like this, and we are being attacked. Basically, that's just what it is. And he said that black people and people of color are being oppressed in this country, and he just thinks that the justice system is sick and it needs to be fixed. And is he wrong? No, he's not. He's right. People who are of different nationalities and who are privileged would not understand that. And he wore pig socks out on the field. Well, he had like police officers, their hats with the face of a pig. So basically he was calling them pigs. Okay, what's wrong with that? Some of them are pigs. He's not talking about every single police officer. He's talking about the police officers who are going on killing innocent people and then getting away with it and basically going on leave, and then they just have to do community service. They're not losing their jobs. They're not being shamed or anything like that. They continuously get off and just get a little slap on the wrist and they can go. Like, so I don't see what the problem is with that. And as far as the military troops and stuff like that, half of them, when they go over to fight for us, they come back, they don't have proper therapy. They don't have things that they can pay for, like for if, you know, they have PTSD, they can't properly get that taken care of. Some of them kill themselves because they feel like that the system is not taking care of them after they've come back from such a traumatic place and they've witnessed all of these crimes and killings and just, you know, things like that. I can only imagine what they see. And Kaepernick actually has people who served in the military and they still stand with him. Like, if, that's what I'm saying. Like, certain people just don't really understand what he's trying to say because they've never lived in this situation that we're in today. It's very hard for people to not understand if they're not trying to understand. Like, I hope that makes sense. Like, you're not going to understand where he's coming from if, one, you're not living in it, and two, you're not actually trying to hear what he's saying. People are listening to what he's saying and just looking at his actions only to give him a response. They're not actually listening and retaining it and like, okay, he's actually making sense here. Instead, they're calling him illiterate and like, you're a privileged nigger. How can you, of all people, say this? Like, if you were homeless or something like that, then maybe you can speak out and say something. People who are homeless, no one will listen to them. Then they would say, okay, this person's insane. They're obviously homeless. They're going through things, da 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 da. Kaepernick is somebody who is perfect for this. Like, he's not the richest guy, but he's also not poorest, and he's not like middle. He's like in between. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's the perfect spokesperson for this. And the fact that people are like, well, he should have spoke about this sooner, and he should have did this, and he should have did that. Excuse me, at least he's saying something now. Maybe he wasn't as knowledgeable as he is now, like back then as he is now. I just feel like that people shouldn't judge him based off of things like that. They should actually take time to get to hear what he's saying and really just do your research. It's all out there. It's out in the open. It's in the internet. The guy who wrote the national anthem was a racist. Now, there's two stories. There's one that says, okay, he wasn't a racist. He basically just wanted the best for slaves. He didn't want them to be treated poorly and stuff like that. I forget the dude's name. And then the other story says that he actually got, his land got taken over or something like that. And he was mad that, you know, the black people took over his troops and all of that kind of stuff. And in his rebellion, he wrote the national anthem. It was a poem. And there's a part 3 to it that no one knows about, and they're trying to keep it under wraps. But there's a part 3 to the national anthem, and it's basically him being glad about the fact that the blood of the blacks are on our country, and that, you know, I don't know, it's just a lot to it. I really don't want to get into that because that's not really the focal point of it. I mean, it kind of is, but I just want you guys to look into that yourself because I don't want to say too many things and it not be correct. I'm not saying I'm a genius on that, so you guys can look it up and then, you know, go back from there. But I definitely read both sides of the story, and I really just can't believe that people are seriously being so rude. They're like, no wonder your parents didn't want you. Like, you little black nigger, da 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 da. No wonder your mom gave you up for adoption. Then his mom, she came on there and said something about, like, there's different ways to have your voice heard other than doing this. Oh, really, is it? Because when we do our silent protest, which is what he's doing, he chooses not to stand up for the flag and give an oath to the flag that he doesn't believe in. He doesn't believe in this country. This country does not care about people of color, black people, none of that. They don't care. It's simple as that. It's plain as that. There's nothing more that needs to be said. They don't care. So if you don't believe in something, why would you continuously stand there at each game and be like, okay, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't need to pledge your allegiance to the flag, and you don't need to sing the national anthem. Like, what's the point? So I just basically made this video to say that I am super proud of him. I stand with Kaepernick. I know a lot of other people who stand with Kaepernick too. And I just really feel like we all need to come together. Like, I don't want there to be a racial divide. I feel like all nations, people of all colors should come together. And I just wish that more people spoke out, like Caucasians or, you know, different people of different nationalities come together and speak out for us. Because it's like, hey, we would do it for you guys. Like, nobody hates the other race like that. Like, I mean, not me personally. I don't hate any other race. I feel like we need love, we need God, we need Jesus, and I feel like that people who see things like this being done, they need to speak out on it, because it's basically disrespectful and it's a lot of injustice going on, and people see it and they turn a blind eye to it. And I just think that that's disgusting. And just stand up for your people. Like, let's all come together, let's unite, let's be one, and let's love each other the way God will love us. Like, you know, the way he would want us to love each other. But I think oftentimes we're too selfish and we forget about that, and we stand in the way of our own pride. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Definitely check more stuff out about Colin Kaepernick, because I feel like he's going to go down in the history books. He is out here just doing it. He doesn't care. People was like, you're not even black. Like, a black guy said that to him. Like, Colin Kaepernick's not even black. Oh, so Colin Kaepernick came out with his fro that day for that dude who said he wasn't black. Come on now. And even if he wasn't black, shouldn't you be glad that somebody's speaking out on behalf of us? I mean, you weren't speaking out against it, so quit hating. Just be proud. Jeez. And I'm glad other people are joining him too. So you guys check that out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's link up. Follow me at Key Loves God on Instagram and Twitter, even though I'm not really on Twitter like that. I love you guys. Have a blessed day, and thanks for watching.